So, we've got this land on the creek in North Carolina in farm country. It's not remote. How come we're not remote off grid, Jan?
We don't want to be.
There you go. It's kind of like vacation territory, isn't it? We're like 5 miles from one town and 7 or 8 from the next town. It's just in the middle of nowhere, but it's a fairly used road, but it's okay. I mean, it's just beautiful. We got all this nice, it's like a park. We got 2.5 football fields of the creek. There's Hork the Wonder Dog. It's just beautiful. There's an RV next door. I just love it. Got this nice big creek. It's probably 40 feet across. It's I don't know, knee high, waist high. They put trout in it. I don't catch any. I caught a sucker. Built a ladder so I could get up and down. But we built our little cabin up
Out of the floodplain.
out of the floodplain. This grass where we're standing right now, so far since we've owned it, what, a couple of years? 2 years?
2 years this month.
3 times the water's been about that high. It don't last long, 5 or 6 hours and it's gone, but it's definitely a floodplain. So we built up by the road, out of the floodplain, and I'm glad, aren't you?
Totally.
I'm getting used to the cars, but you know what? Being in the country, after everybody goes to work and comes back, then the traffic kind of goes away. It's kind of nice, ain't it?
Yeah.
It ain't like a city rush hour.
Yeah. And sometimes we might get 15 Harleys going by.
That's kind of fun.
And that's fun.
And the Porsches.
Or about 10 Porsche every once a year zooming by.
Yep, that's fun.
Yep.
It's fun to watch. Yeah, maybe one day we'll get a front porch on it.
And a tractor here and there.
Yeah.
Woo.
But I'm glad we're out of the floodplain,
Yep.
so we don't have to worry about it. I ain't kidding you, that first flood, within, what was it? It was like was it the end of 2020 or the beginning of 21?
I don't remember.
Somewhere in there, sometime in the winter of 20 or the beginning winter of 21, maybe. It was such a big flood that there was a gazebo down there, and a tree came down the river and took that gazebo. It was left from the previous owners, and it's down the creek all knotted up in a big old gnarl around that tree, ain't it?
Yep.
And the tree was a river birch that was probably this big around, and it floated by, so this was definitely underwater. But we were not underwater. That's good. I like it. It's a good spot, ain't it?
I love it.
Yeah. It's a blessing, isn't it?
Totally.
Spoiled rotten.
Took 45 years this year.
45 years we've been together.
But there you go.
There you go.
God is good.
Yeah. I sure do like it.
To a thankful heart, a double portion comes.
That's right.
Good.
It sure is. Sure do like it too. It's peaceful out here. Sometimes you can hear the water gurgling.
Yeah,
My ears aren't the best.
I can hear it, that big rock that you pulled up down there, you can see it.
It's showing again. So water ain't high. The power company cut a few branches and left them in the water. They're gone. Flood took them out. So, anyways, so what do we call it? Our cottage. It's a weekend getaway, ain't it? Yeah.
We had a name and I can't remember it.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah, I'll think of another one. right?
Yep.
It's
It's
fun.
our piece of heaven on earth.
Yeah, woo! I love it. Sure do.